My name is Dr. O'Donovan, and if you've been told you need a blood transfusion or you're just wondering what it involves, this video will guide you through the process. A blood transfusion is when blood from a donor is given to you through a vein in your arm. It's a common and generally very safe procedure, and for many people it can make a really big difference to how they feel, and it can even save your life. In this video we're going to cover why blood transfusions are needed, what happens before as well as during the procedure, what to expect afterwards, possible side effects and complications, and finally when to seek medical help. So first of all, why might someone need a blood transfusion? Well, you may need a transfusion if your body doesn't have enough healthy red blood cells. These are the blood cells which carry oxygen around the body, and this results in a condition called anemia. This could be due to several things. Firstly, blood loss from surgery, an accident or childbirth. Secondly, a condition like sickle cell disease where the blood cells are not round but oddly shaped and get stuck in the blood vessels, or even cancer treatments such as chemotherapy or radiotherapy. Some people also need transfusions because their blood doesn't clot properly, meaning that they're more likely to bleed. Now, depending on your condition, you might be given red cells to treat anemia, platelet cells which help the blood to clot, or plasma to help with clotting as well. Now, in many cases, your doctor will explore other treatments first, but if a transfusion is recommended, they'll explain why. So let's now look at what happens before your blood transfusion. Well, the transfusion usually takes place in a hospital. Before it starts, a doctor or a nurse will explain what to expect and answer any questions that you might have. Next, a sample of your blood will be taken to make sure that the donor blood is the right match for your blood group. That is because different people have different types of blood, and it's really important that you receive the correct blood for your specific blood type to avoid an adverse reaction. Finally, you'll usually be asked to sign a consent form. That is a form explaining the intended benefits as well as potential risks of the blood transfusion. Now, before you sign this form, it's really important that you feel confident and comfortable about what is going to happen. So if you've got any questions, no matter how small, please ask the medical team about this. Now, if it's an emergency, for example, during surgery, there may not be time to get formal consent, but the medical team or surgical team will act in your best interests. So now let's cover how a blood transfusion is actually given. Well, it's actually quite a simple process, and here is what usually happens. First, you'll sit in a chair or lie down on a hospital bed. Then a thin plastic tube is inserted into a vein in your arm using a needle. This is called a cannula, and it looks like this. Now, this tube is connected to a bag of blood which slowly flows through your body. Now, transfusion can take up to 4 hours depending on how quickly and how much blood you need. During this time, your temperature, pulse and blood pressure will be checked regularly. Once the transfusion is finished, the tube and the drip will be removed. So then what happens afterwards? Well, if you're otherwise well, you can usually go home shortly after the transfusion. Many people actually feel better within 24 hours, especially if they've been feeling very tired or lightheaded beforehand. Typically, you'll find that these symptoms can resolve quite quickly. Now, before you leave, the hospital team will give you information for side effects to watch out for and when to seek help. So, talking of side effects, let's go through some possible side effects now. These aren't all of the side effects, and for all of them, please do speak to your individual clinical team. Now, most people don't experience any problems, but mild side effects can include feeling hot or shivery, a raised temperature, or a skin rash. Now, these symptoms usually settle down quickly and can be treated with paracetamol or antihistamines. Slowing or stopping the transfusion can also help. Now, in very rare cases, someone may have a more serious allergic reaction. This is why the team will be monitoring you closely during the transfusion. You should always let your nurse or doctor know straight away if you feel very unwell, especially if you've got trouble breathing or you feel like your lips or tongue could be swelling. Now, what about complications? Are they common? Well, blood transfusions are generally very safe. Complications are rare, but they can include an allergic reaction, as I just discussed, a small risk of infection, though all donor blood is carefully tested, as well as iron overload if you have many transfusions over time. Now, some complications can happen a few hours, days, or even weeks later. Now, before we finish, when should you seek medical advice? Well, the advice from the NHS here in the UK is that you should call your doctor or visit the nearest urgent care centre after a transfusion if you have a high temperature or feel shivery, experience muscle aches, nausea or vomiting, see blood in your pee or your pee is very dark, or if you bleed from the mouth, nose, bottom or eyes. You notice the whites of your eyes or skin becoming yellow, though this can be harder to spot on black or brown skin, or if you have lower back pain. Alternatively, you need to seek emergency medical care if you've got severe difficulty breathing, you have chest pain, or you notice swelling, tingling around the mouth or throat, and always tell the team that you've recently had a blood transfusion. One final thing is, people often ask, can you donate blood in the future if you've had a blood transfusion? Well, if you've had a blood transfusion since 1980, you can no longer donate blood in the UK. This is a precaution related to a rare condition called VCJD. This may not be the case, however, in other countries. So in conclusion, a blood transfusion can be a straightforward and very effective treatment, especially if you're feeling weak, anemic, or recovering from major blood loss. If you found this video helpful, why not check out this video next? Thanks for watching, and until next time, bye.